Saber's doing good.
Yeah, totally. There's just some like social events they could do, which is becoming more popular in all these games. Tetris kind of shows that off, and then multiplayer. Those are the big ones.
I wish Tetris had
Keep us
multiplayer.
playing. You know, keep us playing. Indeed, like
Sure.
give us a reason to play those songs 100 times. I'm already kind of sick of them. You know, like that's so much I've played them all already.
Once the multiplayer comes out,
Whew.
you and me, you
Fun,
and me.
fun.
Yeah, it would be
This
sick
game
if
is
there's like
you and I
a
were-
co-op mode where you like you have to hit the boxes like in sync or like a certain way. Like maybe you get red boxes and I get blue ones.
Oh, that'd
and
be
we have
pretty
to,
neat,
like,
though.
work together to get this really hard like song done.
Oh, that would be kind of cool.
Would be sick if they had something like that. Anything, no, I'm open to any sort of Beat Saber multiplayer. Just want it to be done right.
Yeah, for sure. Not just kind of tacked on like, oh, hey, look, here's multiplayer.
Yeah, like here's your buddy, you're playing the same song at the same time. Isn't that cool? Like that's just pointless. We do that on leaderboards already.
Yeah. Yeah, because there have been games that they just kind of, oh, multiplayer, yeah, here it is, and then that was it, and they just walked away. And you're like, what is this?
But Beat Saber, you know, they've already done so much right that I have enough faith in knowing
Yeah.
that something
Well, I
cool's
mean, that's also why it's not, the multiplayer isn't there yet, you know?
coming. Yeah.
They're
Exactly.
they didn't just like, here you go. No, they're
Well, I think, like, after, like, you know, once they realized that Sony was going to be a thing, they put all their focus there. So, I think Beat Saber's seen a pretty big halt in production, with the exception of, like, PSVR Focus. And so now we're going to see, like, all the cool things come out for, like, PC and PlayStation and
yeah.
all the cool Beat Saber stuff.
It'll be awesome.
I'm
No.
pretty hyped about their future.
Ha ha ha.
Gonna beat Will's score one day, you'll see.
Dude, I beat a couple of Wills the other day. I was so happy with myself.
Nice.
Excuse me.
But he's like, "Oh, by the way, I'm gonna play tonight. You better check that score again." It's like, "Yeah, no, you're gonna beat me."
No, we'll see. There you go. We're gonna compete together to beat Will. That's it. Get past his. What is he like? Rank 2 or something? You know, something insane.
He's got some good numbers.
He's way up there. He's in the. Yeah, his place on the leaderboard is like double digits.
No, dang.
Right. My best was rank 60, and like the next day I was like 200 and something, and then the next day after that I was like 400 and something.
So man.
So it's just.
Oh, what the hell? Oh.
Oh.
Damn it. Damn it.
My head.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well. Someday. But I want to know. I want to know if Will has beat the challenges yet. The campaign.
Check his trophies.
You'll just have to ask him yourself.
Nod or shake your head.
Because if he hasn't beaten the challenges yet, maybe I have a chance at least to beat that before him.
Probably got him beat there. You certainly got me beat. That's been like your main focus. Challenges.
I'm gonna beat. I'm gonna beat that campaign. I may not. I may not be able to get these amazing scores in the,
But
the
doing
free
that
play.
will get you those
but-
amazing scores. You'll be better than all of us just by doing that.
Oh crap! I hit
Yeah.
the
What?
button.
I wish though some of those challenges would at least count the score you got. Because it doesn't.
Yeah, it's just
Which kind of sucks because because that room and base to beat the challenge you've got to have 400,000 points. I can't even do that in normal free play. So, you know, to to get that in the challenge, as well as not get more than 5 bad cuts, then that's tough. And it would be nice if it ended up in the leaderboard, because that would probably be the only time I ever got that 400,000 points. I don't think I'll ever pull that off again.
Oh, this game's to the top, man.
It's just hard.
It's a great game.
Oh no. It's a horrible, horrible game.
It's a frustrating one.
This game is.
Oh.
If you guys are still with me in the stream here, take a look at this level at least. Oh my God, it's amazing.
It is one of the coolest looking ones. I just love that pyramid.
Oh, I made it.
You know, I've never even seen the other half of this level.
Oh no, it's back there.
There's stuff back there, all right.
There's stuff like everywhere. I was trying to get all the gems.
Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, I was kind of surprised at how much you can fit on some of these levels without it like fucking up.
Yeah. This
Were
one's
there
more
any
about
like
exploring?
I assume the answer is no, but was there anything you had to like tone down, like as far as like assets and like objects on the transfer over to PSVR?
No, I think it was really the field of view. There's some levels
Yeah.
that we had to narrow down, like the draw-in for some objects, so you might see some pop-in here and there, which is pretty typical with all kind of games, but for bigger levels, it can be noticeable. But nothing as far as like details or anything like that.
Let's go.
Yeah, I've never seen.
Yeah,
Damn,
we actually did
nice.
a game jam the other weekend. We did a much smaller type of game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It was basically just like
We went to the pond.
you had to break into like one house. It was kind of puzzly, and then there's also kind of tower defense elements. But the main idea was that you could actually play it on a quest in a basketball court, and then walk around the whole space.
Oh, I missed it.
Oh yeah, I just see you guys flying.
And it was VR?
Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, it was interesting going from like huge scale that we have into the top to like very small and trying to mimic real sizes of spaces.
Yeah. Interesting.
So yeah,
Oh, damn.
it's a good contrast.
Alright, where the hell am I?
Great question.
Ask myself that every day.
As soon as you wake up, where am I? Who am I?
This is not my bed.
Those are pretty bad days.
This isn't my crack pipe. Where's my crack pipe?
Where's mine?
Love it.
Oh no. Shit.
You guys do have some of the best wind effects, though.
You do fly. You gotta make sure that's in there.
Boom. Alright. You beat me on this one, Heavy.
I can't come close to it. I did like 5.8. Can't come that close to it.
And I get... There we go. I can't... Trying.
Here, I got your back.
It's because like when I did it, I placed the bubble as I was in the air, so it kind of gave me a different angle. Now I can't hit that same angle.
8, 7.
You'll only be able to get that time if you place the item.
4, 3, 2.
Well, I got 4th. I guess
Wait,
that's okay
let's
still.
see. Oh, no. I hit the wall so fast. Do a big piece out there.
Yeah.
Big pizza. Tasty.
Actually.
Making noise, infinite playlist.
What? What is that? Like, I know the movie.
Cause he sounds
I'm
like
wondering
fucking
why.
Michael Cera like a mother.
Oh.
No, I get Charlie Day all the time. I get that like every day. I guess if you see me in person, I kind of look like him. So like, that's kind of him.
Yeah, man, the point of this game is just to get to the end.
Damn. Is it?
Come to this game, you know,
Sorry, I was talking to
goes the pool, never gets in the
people.
water and shit, just at the beginning, talking shit. While everybody else is having fun.
Oh.
I'm about to get in there with my tank top on.
Got your knees dried off, the back of your knees dried off.
You get the sponge out and dry your knees off. Jesus
Nope,
Christ.
I used the back of my hoop shorts like a real nigga. Alright, let me get my thoughts back on.
Damn.
How do I slow down? No.
Oh, I see someone flying past.
Damn it. I can't get anything. Sure. Dang it, dang it! Alright, you know what?
Oh, I had that. I gotta remember to hit checkpoints.
There we go.
Nah, just hit that air bubble. You'll be good. No checkpoint necessary.
Oh, dang it, missed it.
I saw your game.
Air bubble. Oh wait, hold on.
Yeah.
14 seconds, I'm good with that.
Yep. I'm good with that too.
I'm beating my own record out here.
Oh shit! Shit scared the fuck out of me. And I don't like it.
Clearly.
Finally.
Damn.
Yo, Jared. What's up, man? Sorry, I was in the other audio. How you doing, dude? If you're still there. Yeah, this game's awesome. It's pretty much just platforming. I've never played it multiplayer though until today. Because one of my buddies was on, so I figured I was. Oh, it's all good. Yeah, this game's nuts, man. It's pretty much just platforming. But you're kind of in superhero training. But that's why you can... But it's all just with your hands, grabbing everything. You can walk like that. I do think it does have regular controller support, but... Yeah, because I think we gotta wait for this last guy, Minus, to finish. Which I don't think he finishes at all, he just hangs out. I got some stupid points for that. Yeah, because I never played the multiplayer, so I guess we're all racing to get to the end as quick as we can. I think there's different multiplayer modes. These guys are probably all trying to talk to me now. So let me just go switch it to party chat. But...
Take advantage of the services.
Man, even I haven't seen the end yet.
It's doable.
Well, if you've done it, then if you've accomplished it, then we know it's beatable. It can happen.
That sounds a little bit like disrespect.
All right. All right, gentlemen. I need to get some food too. I'm fucking starving.
Alright, see you,
I'm
joystick.
almost there.
All right, I will see you guys later.
Peace, Pop-Tarts.
Good
Yes,
plan.
yes.
Later.
Eat for us too.
Eat for two. It's Mama's Day. It's Mama's Day out.
Oh.
Let me grind something up. Let me grind something up. That's how you want to do it, brother? After all the shit we've been through.
So yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna go look at Costco and see if they have any like decent pre-built PCs that I could just drop a stack on and kind of soup it up myself.
I know, I want to get
I
a
wouldn't
rig
pay
so
over
bad.
1,000.
Mine is all mine's all custom built. Like I just everything.
And, like,
That's how I would have to do
all
it.
the parts.
spend the time picking out the parts
Yeah.
myself and building it. It's so much cheaper.
That's what I just build it all myself and all the pieces. Get all
But
the
I'm
pieces
too
together.
lazy.
So
Yeah, I haven't built
Like
a PC
mine-
But I don't
since
know enough
like
about
Windows
PCs
98.
to like get the right parts.
Windows 98.
I can get it with that, right?
I built mine specifically so that at that time when it was built, that I could still upgrade it in the future.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how I built mine. But now the future is kind of past, and
That's what I hate
haven't
about PCs.
and I haven't actually needed to upgrade though because it still plays all the latest
Oh, yeah, it
stuff
plays all
just
the
fine. So it's like,
What the fuck,
I don't
bro?
need to go. I don't need to upgrade any further.
Why did everything go Pepto color?
Did you fall through?
You just went, yeah, you went flying somewhere.
Do I need to reboot or am I good?
Check. See if it'll.
Start yourself. Go
Press
to
the
the last
button to go
checkpoint.
back.
Yeah.
Tap it a few
I can't even
times.
see my hands.
Yeah, tap
That might be
just-
bad.
Yeah. If you can, just. hit.
Didn't that happen
I don't
last
know.
time on this level too?
I think it did on
someone
this
had that
level.
issue.
Yeah.
Ah, jeez.
Whoop.
And then it kind of crashed
Kicked
for everybody
everyone
else.
out, yeah.
And then it broke. Man, we totally broke this stage.
Yeah.
That might be the firewall gods telling me it's time for people to make moves. Not
Firewall gods are talking to you? Yeah, this will be
Sick
my
bastard.
last.
That's the
Last
game
match.
that I played, or that's the game that stopped me from playing this.
Yeah.
I was playing this
game,
like
man.
every day,
It's
and
the game
then
that
that came out.
sucks. Yeah.
Firewall's
about
pretty
right.
good.
But it's why I have PlayStation Plus.
There you go.
So now I get to play
Damn.
this online with you guys.
Nice.
Oh, you got Plus for Firewall?
Yeah.
Wow.
Cool. Totally worth
Plus is
it.
great.
Time to do
Plus
it.
is
Yeah.
yeah.
If you don't have that, you need it.
You don't got deep.
Have they announced the free games for December yet?
No.
So
Didn't they?
What was November's?
It was
No,
like
I don't think they
Yakuza.
that was November.
Yakuza 0.
Oh yeah.
There's that like limo game.
Any of those.
That's right. That's
Roundabout?
Yeah.
Right. Roundabout. Yeah.
Well,
That game looks fun though.
it's silly. It's a silly
Just
game.
yeah, just for a little bit.
Silly,
Just for the lulls.
silly fun games are still fun. You know.
Yeah.
Nice, just
Especially
pick
if
up,
you don't
play,
have to pay
mess
for one.
around.
That's nice.
Even better. Because sometimes, you just want a random, silly pick-up play game.
That Yakuza game, that game's pretty damn funny too. There's some funny
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
In the
I love that series.
The
Very magical.
Kiwami is actually the first of those games I've played.
Yeah, that's a good place to start
That was
off.
that was my introduction,
Yeah.
and that's what I got.
Since it's the remake of the first one, so.
And I guess
nice.
Kiwami 2 is even like better than some of the recent games of how they remade it. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, I guess they're doing a good job.
Oh, nice. Oh, see, I didn't even know that. Oh, then I'm glad. I'm glad I started.
It's not just an upres. It's like it's they transferred it to a new engine and just new features and stuff like that. So
Yeah. Oh, nice.
they've been on the shit. They've been doing good.
It was still pretty fun. I liked it. It was enjoyable. But I haven't. I guess really gotten so heavy into the series yet that I don't remember the characters' names or anything.
Oh yeah.
But
And it's all Japanese names too.
Yeah.
Makes it harder.
But there's that one the one guy that just follows our hero around. He's the best. From the I was at the Nishigama family, I think. And like I think he's just the funniest character. He's just so anime.
Did you guys ever play Shenmue?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
because
So
that's
you get
that's
VR
pretty much the
totally
spiritual
back in the
successor.
remakes.
Yeah,
I
pretty
played
much.
Yeah. I do love
play
Shenmue
Shenmue.
though.
I still don't think 3's ever gonna come out.
No, but
I don't. I think. No,
I think
no.
it'll come out, but it'll be a mess. But
Yeah, I
it
think
might
it's
be
gonna
a
be
magical mess.
like shovelware.
Yeah.
But yeah, it might be great
Yeah.
because it'll be so bad.
It might be like Quiet Man.
But I think
Who's even
it's
supposed
just
to be behind that title? I can't remember.
Which one? The Shenmue 2?
Shenmue 3.
Yeah, that's-
It's
the-
just
the
Yu
same guy.
Suzuki's company.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's the
he got-
original creator or director.
remember
but-
he had that Kickstarter and
Team.
everything.
What's up,
and
man? How you doing?
Yeah.
They raised like $1 billion or some junk, and they kept adding more and more stuff, and
This game's a blast.
they made a big announcement of it on like what is it E3 or something, and
Yeah.
and then we finally saw screenshots of it. We're like, what is that? That's it?
No joke.
It's
I almost
really
cried
hard.
when they announced it. I felt like such a
And then he
baby.
almost cried when he saw the screenshot.
Oh, thanks for the sub, dude.
of the characters.
Yeah, when I saw the screenshots, I was like, what is that? Are you kidding?
Yeah, like I saw the freaking leaves dropping, and you're like, oh my gosh, could it be? That was a great E3 with like the Final Fantasy VII too.
Damn, beat it.
PlayStation killed it that
But
year.
still,
And neither of those games have come out yet.
They have not come out yet.
Never.
It was only like 2016 or 15.
16,
Yeah, no,
17. Yeah.
I don't think Shenmue will come out. I think it was just a myth. It was just one of the biggest trolls in the world. That's what it was.
Man, I
Well, you
cannot
have to
get through these
imagine
half
too,
lives.
like when Shenmue was made, it was like the biggest budget and the biggest,
Oh yeah,
biggest game
Yeah.
ever.
it was
at
like
the
100
time.
million back at the day, or close.
Yeah,
Well,
it was remade like twice.
They kickstarted $7 million for 3.
That's not much though. That's not much though. Like
It's
if
not.
you're
I don't know, like the relativity
For-
for like money.
well, like a
and
AAA
games.
game, it's you
That's
know like
not-
6.
Oh,
Red
it's really
Dead, for
it's up
instance.
there.
yeah, Red
I'm
Dead's
gonna say like
hundreds
Red
of mil.
Dead's like hundreds. Of
It's like
millions,
I think
easily.
they calculated
with
it as
advertising.
400 million or something.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're probably it's like $1 billion with advertising or continued advertisements.
Yeah, Shenmue will be
I think
pretty sweet.
Hopefully it's
I hope. Yeah, I hope so too. Because I'm
something.
also, like, I'm also waiting for it for sure. Because that ending to part 2, I was like, what? What is
Yeah.
this? Oh my god! I know
or part 1. Like they're
Well,
both
yeah. I mean, they both
ridiculous
do that.
cliffhangers.
But
It was like the
but
game
that
I got.
But that second one though, like it's made you go through that whole area, that little park or whatever, for like ever, and then you get there and you get a sword, and you're like, what are we doing here? And that was it. I never heard from it again.
Well, it's supposed to be 2 parts of this 8-part series, man, and it's just a start.
Yeah, 8 parts.
Worries me when people developers say that about games. Always, it's like a red flag for me. There's
But
this
now you look
thing,
at
I've
Yakuza,
got this
there's-
vision. It's-
Yakuza's 8 parts now, or they got like
Sure,
at least
yeah.
7 games.
yeah.
But yeah, it
It
takes
happens.
But did they announce
takes
it?
consistency, which can be really tough for some of the creators.
Yeah.
Like Gran Turismo compared to Forza.
Right.
What happened to Gran Turismo?
Yeah, it's just when they made that game, it's like, how many Dreamcasts were around? And they spend that much money on
Oh
it?
yeah. And then the Dreamcast dies the next year.
Yep.
Like, oh,
So
fuck.
sad.
But it was the first game I beat on my Dreamcast.
Yeah.
I remember leaving it on because I didn't have a VMU, and I had to go to the store and get one.
Wow.
Just so I could do the disc swap.
That's funny.
I've played a game once like that where we when the 64 came out, and that was the introduction of memory cards for me and stuff.
Yeah.
And I remember getting Quest 64, and that required a memory card, which we didn't have, so we had to leave the game on to play it.
God, what a terrible game too.
Anyway,
Like, I remember I got it and I was just like, why did I spend $15 on this?
it was. But
I-
man, I sure wasn't going to turn that off without a card.
I just remember my mom like, why do you need a memory card? Your games can't just save?
Well, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense because like the Super Nintendo had saving
Yeah.
capabilities,
Well,
So
I'd
it's
get
like-
that with everything. When I got a PS2, I remember that.
Yeah. Well, I came from the whole like Genesis era and didn't have a Super Nintendo.
Yeah,
I
I'm
was
a
like,
Genesis
okay,
dude.
memory cards, that makes
Oh,
sense.
you were one of
This
those.
is like a miracle. Like the memory card was a miracle.
one of those. I like that.
I was one of those that was just stuck with the system that was the last generation.
I started in with Atari. That's where I started.
Yeah, my first game system was a 2600, but I really don't count that because those were just time passers. Like when I got my first NES, that's when gaming was, because games had an ending. You were trying to beat them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah,
I was like in the 6th grade when Zelda came out, and that shit took like a month to beat. I mean, but you gotta think back at those times. Video game time was limited. You got like an hour to play after school and shit, and you could play on the weekends. So, you know what I'm saying? Plus, I had to be outside playing, you know what I'm saying? This basketball game ain't gonna develop itself, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, shit, but those were the days, man.
And
You know what I'm
yes, that
saying?
was
Now,
it.
all the way till now,
Man,
I'm fucking
I still-
virtual world.
I still liked it at the time. Games when it used to be you had to play it on hard to get to see the full game. You know, and see the ending. It used to be like you played on an easy, you didn't get anywhere. It's like, okay, now play at a harder level. You know, but if you wanted the full game and the real ending, you had to play it on hard. Those are the days. Now it's like, nah, you can play it on easy, but you can see everything. Like,
Right.
Where's the challenge in
Just
that?
get less trophies. Man,
Yeah.
I don't play for trophies. I play for cutscenes.
In fact, I know a lot of people that play it on the easiest difficulty to get it over with quicker, especially streamers.
But that's the wackest shit ever. Like, you know, I always play it on the hardest because when I beat it, I want to have everything that they're going to give me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I want the most challenge. I want it to play the game how it was technically designed to be played, and for a lot of games, that is the hardest difficulty. For a lot of them. A lot of the ones I like, at least.
I've had, but see, like for me, like I've had to do that because I've got a backlog of about 500 games
Yeah.
that I have not completed or even started. Because like on Steam alone, I've got like 400 games. So
I don't uninstall Steam, so I don't have to look at it.
Is that my fault? It's just that
That's a good point.
It's just that Humble Bundle keeps having these great sales.
That's a tough one to get away from.
I know, I
right there.
hate their emails.
It's like, hey, we've got like here's like 8 games for like $5. I'm like, oh, Humble, you bastards.
And if you hold out, we'll throw in another 6.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy, dude?
You
They
come
get
hang
you
out,
every
come hang out with us for the monthly. You're like, oh, Humble. Especially if it's a game like that I want. You know, you're like, hey, $12, or you pay 60. What do you want? Ah, you bastards.
But I just spent $80 on VR games the other day.
You're like, goddamn
And
it.
it was 8 of them.
You're like, I guess I'm on my way, Humble. So, yeah. So now that's why I generally play games easy, just because I've got such a huge backlog of games I have not played.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know that? Yeah. My first world gamer problems.
Oh my god.
First world gamer.
I have too many fucking VR games.
Too many games. Can't do
Third
it.
world gamers are playing Quest 64 and shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Motherfuckers.
I got
I was gonna say,
Save it.
They're playing.
Backgammon.
yeah. Gammon.
Playing Monopoly.
Damn, alright.
Hoop
That's
and
second
stick.
world country playing
It's the new Hoop and
Quest
Stick 64.
I was gonna say, I still have games that I need to beat on 64.
They're playing Paperboy, but they're really playing it.
Man, my homeboy Luis was telling me how they're still on PS3. He's from Mexico. He's like, dude,
wow.
Oh yeah. They were still releasing
they're
like the
doing that.
FIFAs till like 2015 or 16.
In fact, they said, hey, we're shutting the servers down, and there's such a big outcry that they decided to extend it for PS3.
Wow.
Yeah, in like third world countries,
There's
it's
a
big.
Yeah, there's a whole big population of the world that's a generation behind because it's so expensive. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Yeah,
I
like
heard they're playing Dig Dug for Blood Diamonds. That's what I heard.
Yeah, I believe it.
yeah, like out in Brazil, I think like PS4s are like $1,000.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy. There's a lot of VR players in Brazil. PSVR.
Yeah. Just because like everything that's not made in Brazil is taxed,
Yeah.
like off the ass, and that's why like Nintendo pulled out of there a couple of years ago, just for that reason, because they weren't making anything.
That sucks.
It does.
They
There's
made their
there's
own
a
console. There's
this
some
crazy
weird-ass consoles out
underground.
in Brazil.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with the Segas, how that lived forever in there. The Genesis.
There's like
or well, the Mega
Guitar
Drive.
Hero on the Genesis.
Yeah.
It's like what? They actually Activision put Guitar Hero
That's crazy.
on the Genesis in Brazil. That's funny.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, cause like Duke Nukem 3D's on there.
Yeah. They created a system called it's like called the Vuvuzela or some shit like that. It's not the Vuvuzela, but
They did make that.
That would be hilarious.
it's pretty wacky. But Resident Evil 4 was ported to it. Like Resident Evil 4 is on everything.
I was just
even
gonna
this,
say, that's like
weird-ass
Skyrim.
Brazilian only content. Yeah, they're crazier than Skyrim. There's been like 50 versions of Resident Evil 4. It was on the N-Gage and shit.
The N-Gage. I remember when those came out, and I was debating getting one.
See.
Yeah, you at that GameStop looking at it, going, yeah, this looks dumb as hell. But shit,
I did
who
regret
knows,
not
like,
buying them when they were like going out of sale, just because I collect all the games.
Yeah.
Good old Engage.
Yeah. Good old Nokia.
The Choco Taco or whatever, the Chalupa phone. Where you had to like take the battery out to change the fucking carts.
The game. Yeah.
Like,
What kind of design was that?
well, you had to wait for Model 2, so so it wouldn't do it.
Gee.
So what's the weirdest collection or
weirdest-
shit in your collection?
I collect lots of crazy. Like I collect games. I collect like pinball machines, and I have some arcade machines.
Damn,
and then
that's a commitment right there.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah, I'm in all the like pinball leagues and crap.
See, I want to get. See, that's what I want. I want some arcade games, some cabinets.
Oh, it's a blast. Yeah, because I have a Neo Geo. That's like my main arcade.
Oh, sweet.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
I don't know.
See,
Out
I
of
love
weird
that.
stuff, I mean, I almost have all the Dreamcast games,
Nice.
and then
Shit or burnt.
legit.
Nice.
But I bought it all like when I got a Dreamcast. It was right when they announced it was hitting the
When they
can.
get rid of it.
Yeah, so, like most I ever spent was like $12 for a game. Until the new ones that have come out like in
Yeah,
the last few
that's-
years.
Yeah, that's about where I got into Dreamcast. It was just when they announced, like, hey, we're not going to do it anymore. I was like, what?
Yep.
Yeah,
God dang it.
everyone jumped on board then.
Shit
Like, yeah, it's pretty good.
Dreamcast Day 1 is still in my closet.
The burns were the best.
$9.99.
Because at the beginning, it was the first one that had Code Veronica. And
Yeah.
Big
Oh
Red.
yeah, that was good. Yeah,
Yeah, Capcom loved that fucking system.
they did a good job with it. That's for sure.
Because they put out everything
Oh,
on
Colors
there.
down too, I think.
Yep.
Code Veronica. The one game I never beat because it kept crashing on me.
It's a good one. I liked it a lot.
So I,
There's a Tomb Raider on there that was good. Alone in the Dark was good in Motherfucker 2. Or whatever that shit was. It was Alone in the Dark.
Dreamcast.
I know. I got an Elgato just so I could stream some Dreamcast, but I still never even hooked it up.
Nice.
Just because I wanted to do the weird imports that are on there.
Yeah, definitely. Man.
Like the Tokyo
Look it
Bus
up.
Driver. That's the best game. Where you literally just drive a bus.
It's like Crazy Taxi without the crazy part.
Yeah, you have to.
And that boxing game.
You gotta use your turn signals and shit.
Ready to rumble?
That was it.
Ready to rumble? Nice. I remember
Yeah,
that.
that was great.
I like that game.
I remember thinking that was the shit because I had the little weed leaf on my memory card.
Ready to rumble. Good times.
Hell yeah.
When it comes to collecting, I think the only things I've actually collected, like in terms of physical copies, were the Dead or Alive games. That's really about it.
Dead or Alive.
Yep.
Wow, that's an interesting one to.
I have all that. I have.
He was in it for the first game with the bouncing boobies. That's right.
Yeah, he got all the volleyballs.
That was it. That was all.
All the volleyballs.
So now I got those.
Game
I
has
got.
such realistic
I got
physics.
the. I have the Dreamcast version, which you can't play. I even have the was it the Xbox Special Edition one that came out that they'd released. I think it was DOA Ultimate. I think I have that. Like I've got, and then I have the Ninja Gaiden games.
Those were so good when they came out.
So, and
There's
that's
one of the
about it.
games
Like
on the NES that I never beat.
no one's actually beat it. It's all a myth. You can't beat it. Those are fake video. Those are all fake videos. They're edited and stuff. They use Game Genies. No one can beat Ninja Gaiden. That's crazy.
A couple of years ago, I like.
That are impossible.
A couple of years ago, I dedicated a bunch of time just so I could beat Contra without the code.
Oh my god.
Without the code, yeah.
Without the code, you're crazy.
That's tough. That's a whole lot of back and forth jumping and
Just because
busting flips.
it pissed me off ever since I was a kid.
Right.
I see. I think I've only got
That'd be a tough one without the code.
Contra. I think I only ever got to like 3rd level. Like
Oh, man,
without the code. Without the code, maybe like 3rd level.
Oh,
That was about it.
oh,
You know.
Yeah, tops.
And that was like with no lie at the end. Get to 3rd level, no lives, and then dead.
Right.
Like I saw the 3rd level, but that was it.
Before we knew the code, we could get to the ice level.
Oh yeah.
That
No.
might be like the 3rd level.
And then those bosses, they suck in that level.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It was so frustrating. Like Ray, talk about Ray, like, and you don't know how to process anger at that age.
Yeah, Super C took me a while.
I never got far in Super C either. Man, I think I got to maybe the 4th or 5th stage, somewhere around there, where you suddenly you're on that like top-down view,
Oh yeah.
and you have these like I guess like earthquakes or something that were in the ground, or
Yeah,
cyclone or something. I
I
can't
know
remember.
exactly. You're kind of like going through a gauntlet, like going straight through.
Yes, yes.
9,
And that's as far as I ever got.
7,
Never made it past there, and it was always like getting there, just barely gonna
3,
die kind of thing.
2, 1.
But at least I got to see that giant Terminator boss, which was really cool. I always thought that was always neat.
Yeah, you
Just see him.
you can beat him like without moving. There's like the one dead spot.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what
I
game
liked-
was really great for the NES was Batman. It was
Batman,
fucking
dude, the
great.
sound, the music on those Sunsoft games.
Dude, but the graphics for that time period was fucking amazing. I remember as a kid being
Oh, yeah.
blown away, like, oh shit. And then I had to go out of, I remember I had to go out of town. I got it for Christmas, and I had to go out of town. And I couldn't bring my Nintendo with me. And my neighbor was house sitting for me, and we left a note for him. I said, "Don't play my Nintendo," because I knew that nigga was gonna play my game. Because I wanted to be the first one to see that shit because I was a greedy little kid. Tell you how petty I was. I put a little piece of paper in the door to see if somebody opened my door, and showed up the paper was on the ground. When I came home, I was mad about it.
Awesome.
Petty ass little kid, nigga.
Real petty.
Oh, it was super petty. But I was like fucking 11 years old, man. I was allowed to be petty.
There
You know
was,
what I'm saying? You can be
You
petty
know-
if you don't have dick hair.
there was actually, there was,
Oh, he just got
there
me.
was a one. I know. Yeah, there was one of the Batman game commercials that I remember I actually used to just wait for, just because I always liked that commercial, and I don't even know which Batman game it was for. And
It's like
just the
probably Batman and Robin or something.
I don't remember. I just remember it was just a fun commercial, and it had like somebody had like music, like somebody singing or something, and
Oh,
and
It was Seal. It was Kissed
don't-
by a Rose. Like, that's my shit.
no, there you go, bam.
I loved Batman back in the day, and like some of the stuff was like real corny, and I still was like, all right, I don't care. Like the Batman and Robin movies, like the Tim Burtons are fine, but everything after that is like, oof, boy, oh boy.
I mean, the bat dancing in the fucking score, I ain't fucking with it.
just charge it on my Bat credit card.
Oh my
Like
god,
the worst line ever.
But because of the huge success of Batman, we then had to suffer through Dick Tracy
Oh
and
yeah.
the fake hype behind that bullshit. I don't know if anybody's
Yeah.
old
That
enough-
and the
I know
shadow.
Rick definitely ain't old enough to remember that.
Okay, like,
Dude.
I only saw Dick Tracy because Madonna was in it. That was
Dude, I remember the summer camp that year. I had a fucking Dick Tracy T-shirt. I'm so glad there was no fucking Instagram back then. God damn.
I had some Dick Tracy
And,
shit.
you know,
It's like I don't
when
even
it-
know what the hell
I didn't
that
even know what,
property is.
yeah, I didn't know what any of that was even when that movie came out. I just thought because it had Madonna in it. That was it. And I never knew it was
and
a comic strip or
was on,
anything.
like every 15 seconds. Every 15 seconds, that stupid ass commercial was on. So they made you. I was a little ass kid. You know what I'm saying? Made you believe it was dope. I remember thinking to myself, "What's the big deal?" Same thing with like Roger Rabbit. Like, what's the big deal about this horse shit? This shit is boring as shit.
I hated that game on Nintendo.
As you should.
That game. Oh my god, that game.
I mean,
yeah.
it's infamous now, but that was one I hated when I was a kid.
That game
I
was.
still got all the NES games that I'm still gonna get that little one with the 500 games, but I got all my favorite ones right now on my computer. I still play with the original little paddles, man. They're not joysticks, they're paddles.
Do you
They were
remember
NES tapes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was turn off the computer.
There's
I'm playing against the computer.
some of my one of the favorite games I had that I liked a lot for the NES was I think it was called Solomon's Key, I think.
Oh yeah.
I remember that game.
And
It's hard as
just
hell.
like hard, yes, I never got far in that at all, but I loved it. I loved the music. You know, I just love the game. I just never
I love those
anywhere
weird
past there.
puzzle games, like those puzzle platformers from back then.
Yeah.
Like that Lolo was great.
Oh, Lolo! Oh my God, Lolo! We have Lolo. We have Lolo.
I think it comes out on the
Y'all
Switch.
remember Goonies on the NES?
Yes.
And you couldn't beat it until they dropped the map in Nintendo Power and shit. And then Nintendo Power became gold. You came up to school with the Nintendo Power, you were the man. I'll let you borrow 2 games and a Transformer. Let me get that map.
That was
Yo,
Nintendo Power. Yeah, Nintendo Power to just beat things. Had all the maps, and you had. I remember Zelda. You needed a map.
I remember I traded a skateboard for a Game Boy when Pokemon came out.
Good trade.
And then the friend's mom made me just trade it back.
wait, hold on.
Boo.
She doesn't know no trade backs.
That's not. Yeah, come on. She knows the rules. Man, you get labeled after that. You know. Don't trade with that guy.
Yeah.
Don't trade with him.
Indian giver, get out of my sight.
Get away from him. His mom will make you give it back. Yeah.
Yeah, sick shit right there. I hate that. I hate moms like that.
This school code, get out of here. You don't understand our hierarchy.
It's a feudal system.
Still effective.
Raised by a bunch of Indian givers.
Man. But man.
I am so hungry right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna quit after this match.
No, credits. Credits. Where's our credit stage?
Okay, if it's credits.
If it's
Only if
credits,
it's
we'll do it.
credits.
Only if it's credits.
If.
Where the hell?
And
no,
I'm
it's gonna
putting
be. It's gonna
$10 on the line.
Nice.
8,
That's right.
7,
Credits.
6,
Come on, give us credits.
5, 4.
I think you need a credit button so that we just go to it.
That's right.
Ah.
Credits.
To the
All
top
right, guys.
to get under. That's the
See-
name of the
see-
game.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
See up in the corner there. It should be a credits button, and then that way we just press that.
Right?
Credits. There you go. All right.
Next time. All right,
Hopefully.
guys. Well, it's fun playing
All right.
with
Later,
Yep.
dudes.
Likewise.
Another
See you guys
successful
next
Tuesday.
week.
Yep.
you. Yeah, boy.
Next week, see what everyone's played by then.
Yeah, for sure. All right, man. Take care.
All right. Take care.
Peace.
See us. Later. Holy shit. Love it. All right.
No.
Oh man, I even gotta charge up my moves before I get even play Beat Saber now. God damn it.
I was gonna say, how are you supposed to play
Gotta
Beat Saber
charge it
now?
up every time after
Oh
this.
man. Yeah,
So
I
what
guess
are
your
we supposed to
score is
be
safe
doing in
now,
this?
Heavy.
Right now? Well, the game glitched because the host left. So
Yeah.
it's gonna kick us all out. We're gonna have to make a new lobby.
Just because, like,
All right, I'm back.
There we go.
If they
You
quit
coming
while it's
back
kind of
to,
loading, it just kind of throws it all off.
Alright. Well, your score is safe today, Heavy.
Hey, Juice, you coming back
Yes.
to Firewall?
some people do play Tetris.
I'm gonna eat and then.
Yeah, that's a no.
Yeah, probably not tonight. I gotta
Disloyal.
play some
Disloyal.
Space Pirate
all
Trainer.
that
and-
hemming and hawing, just cop to the disloyalties, and then we can move forward as friends. You know what I'm saying?
Awesome.
Amen. Amen.
I'm not asking a lot.
He'll be there eventually.
Yeah, I've gotta. You know.
All right.
You know what I've got.
I've seen loyalties. I mean, not shown by hit, but I've seen them.
You've seen better loyalties, better days.
Man, you got me out here running with randoms. Just,
It's rotten.
I might, but I might
Yes.
run into some cool cats, expand the community a little bit, and at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. You know what I'm
There you
saying?
go.
Well, there you go. See?
It's positive.
That's how it
you
works
see.
out.
My disloyalties are actually hidden loyalties because
no,
they're building
absolutely
stronger
not.
loyalties.
That's a whole different thing.
I like
That's a whole
that.
different thing. That's
I like
me
that a
making
lot.
the best.
No.
That's me making the best out of a bad situation. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
'Cause
I don't
I'm
know
able to do
anything
that.
about
I'm able
that.
to make that lemonade. Give me some water.
All I know
Give me
is
some
that-
sugar.
That
I'll make
capital
that
L word.
lemonade.
That's it.
Yeah, lemons. You hear me, lemons. I'm making that lemonade.
Damn it, that worked out too well.
Awesome.
Oh wait, oh there you go. He got it.
But now the question is, what the fuck do I eat? You know?
Level start.
It's that Tuesday. Every Tuesday, it's too late to go out and it's too late to make anything. It's just ridiculous.
Burgers. There's gotta be a burger place open. Or tacos.
Tacos are always good.
It's funny, I looked at two of my favorite taco places hours, like 10 minutes ago, and both of
You
them
see?
were closed.
Boo.
No, super big. It is Wednesday. They're usually open later on weekends, but super big.
So you need a
Always alive. Always alive.
I want to go. Someday I'll go there. I'm going there for the buffet because I'm one of those people, dude. I don't know. That's just it. Like that's why. I remember we
Venetian.
all of my like we would plan it, and like yeah we'll go. Like where do you go? I don't know. I'm just gonna go to the buffets. That's it. No. I just gonna go to the buffets. That's all I want to do. I just want to see the buffets.
Yeah, the food's
Like,
the
just-
best.
I'm like, you go play your games, and then when you're done, you come back and find me at one of the
You're broke.
buffets.
And sad. You'll see me
Yeah.
fat and happy.
Yeah. Then you come join me and just eat. That's all. That's all I would do.
Yeah, last time we stayed at that one hotel that's got like a movie theater and a bowling alley in it, dude, you didn't have to leave. You didn't have to go anywhere. It was legit.
All the casinos have that.
All of them have that.
All
It
the
was
stations,
called,
at least.
It's called South Point. South Point.
Oh, okay, that's the only one that's not a station. That's the same thing.
Yeah.
Nice. It is. It's designed the same way as the station casinos are. The Sunset and all that crap.
Yeah.
It's just not owned by those guys yet.
Interesting.
Nice.
I liked it.
Well, they pushed onto one property and they pushed into the Palms. They own that now.
I'm going. Tell you, I'm gonna be there one day. Just hang at the buffet.
It's fun.
Like what?
There's
They
some,
were like, what sites did you see? Nothing. I stayed in the buffet. That's all I did.
Oh man, last time we went to that
Oh, yeah.
Space Needle, whatever the fuck they call it. Holy shit, what a great time.
Oh, Stratosphere?
Stratosphere. What an awesome time, dude. It's so cheap too, like for Vegas standards. It was badass. Actually, that wasn't the last time. It was the time before that.
Look at that, look at that. It's going all the time now. Like, and then this
I'm
one
in
time, and then
Arizona,
this
so yeah,
time.
I'm like
yeah.
driving distance, just a good 4 hours away.
I'm at the very bottom of Texas. It's like 2 days to get out of
16
here.
for you.
That's much different for me. That's like, hey guys, I'm gonna take a month off, and then I'll be back.
Going to Vegas, taking a month
Just
off.
getting out of Texas and back into Texas. That's like a week right there. It's done.
I almost was thinking about going next month because tickets were only $100 round trip.
Nice.
I can get a ticket to Vegas for like $60
Damn.
from Sky Harbor. Cheap, I mean, but we're also a state away, so.
Someday. And also, maybe when our huge target money suddenly kicks in.
There you go.
15 an hour?
Right? That's what they said.
That's supposed to be 2020, I thought.
Yeah, in 2020. In 2020, it's supposed to happen.
So, if they're gonna ease their souls into
No,
it,
I haven't.
Gonna bump up to then.
Well, because like
It'd
they
be
jump,
smart
like you
for
know,
them to ease
since
into
since this year they jumped us all to 12 right from the start.
Yeah.
But man, that pissed a lot of us off because like a lot of us like we've been there for so long.
Oh yeah.
So
No,
all the
right
new
there.
hires,
I wish I
all
could.
the new hires that just came in,
Oh yeah.
they're at $12 an hour, and we're like, man, we've been here like 15 years and stuff, and we just got to
Grind
12.
it the fuck up to it.
We were, you know, back when we were like, man, we were doing overnight double trucks every day, you know, killing ourselves. And now here these newbies walked in and they're $12 an hour. Like, yeah, get out of here.
Oh, they don't even try half. They half-ass it the whole time.
Yeah. So
My store at least.
my store does too.
Oh, those are hires.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish
No,
I
we
could
had-
code. Sorry, I'm talking.
We have some.
That came out of nowhere. I was like, wait a second.
That didn't
That's
belong in
why.
this
That's
conversation.
why I go ahead. Code new hires? Oh, that'd be cool.
It'd be useful.
Gonna code in some good ones. Some of those we have. No, they're walking around with their like headsets, their little Bluetooth headsets on and stuff, and listen to music and everything.
Oh, that's supposed to be getting cracked down on too.
We're like, come on, guys. It's like you're working.
It's supposed to be coming down hard on that, but we'll see.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let them learn. I'm gonna wait till one of the bosses catch them, and you know what? It's on them. Because one of our other workers, she actually kind of made that comment because somebody was like, oh yeah, I've been calling this person for a while.
9, 8.
Oh well, they
7,
can't hear anything. They've
6,
been had their headphones on, so they haven't been hearing any of the calls. It's like, oh, I see. So they're starting to watch for everybody that's got that now. I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna let them learn it. Gonna let them learn.
How do I leave an online match?
What?
How do I leave like a lobby? Oh yeah.
In the
I haven't played this that long.
Up, right?
I forgot about that whole wrist thing. Alright.
We'll see. $15. We'll see what happens. 2 more years.
Sure, right?
2 more years.
Well, supposedly along with that will come better quality management of the new hires.
Nah, not my store.
Well, it's the condensing of all the roles and making lower and lower people more and more responsible for the shit they do.
Yeah.
Instead of giving shit to the team leads.
Do you guys still have team leads?
Very little.
We had one. He quit about a week ago.
Yeah, because he's probably in charge of like 10 different things.
He learned about that. That was in the meeting. Like they were talking about it, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm not doing that," and so he quit. And he was
Hell no.
he was one of the he was one of our original hires for that store. So he was there to help, you know, build the store and stock it for the first time, like everything.
Right.
He saw the store when it was perfect, and so that was like
Go right straight to hell.
and that was like 16 years, 17 years, and he's like, oh no, I'm not doing that stuff. I'm out, I'm gone. So we don't have that.
Guys, I'm going.
That's what he did.
Guys, I'm out of
We,
here.
yeah, we used to have. Let's see. I don't know if we even have it anymore. We used to have a brand there in Soft Lines, and she stepped down. He's like, nope, not doing it. But they still give her all the work anyways. So now she doesn't have the pay, but she still does it. And then, I don't like, yeah, their whole new setup that's coming up is pretty silly.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh shit, I just got a trophy.
We'll have to see how that all turns out. I just want my 15 bucks. That'll be my breaking point. They're like, no, I guess that's it, guys. I'm out now.
I peaked. Bye.
There's no 15, I'm out of here. I think there are only like 5 of us left from the original hires. Maybe 5. Maybe even less than that. And that's it. It's all like we've gone through. This is my 4th STL and like my 8th HR. You know.
Any of those come through, or any of your fucking LODs come through with business management degrees?
Yes. They came in, they didn't do anything. They've never had it. This is their first job.
Oh
They
yeah,
got-
they think they're fucking...
They got a they got a degree, and they came right over, and that was it. They're like, hey, I have a degree.
Cereal box top.
That's that's what it was, because like
At least when you
Oh
come
my-
to Target, that's all it is.
Mhm.
Maybe there's some better ones out there, but the ones that come to Target, they went for that degree for a reason.
yeah, we had. I remember our district. She was actually telling one of our, I forgot, one of like our 5th HR cameramen. She's telling, you know, she's like, yeah, look, the thing is, there's a lot of people that work here, because the HR, she was making comment about it. Actually, she started it. She was like, man, I feel like, you know, that maybe some of them should have, you know, could have moved up. She goes, here's the thing, there are people here that should be ETL, like they qualify to be ETLs, but they don't have a degree, so they can't move up.
Yeah, well, maybe if people in corporate would get their heads out their ass.
Yeah, because yeah,
They realize that that's an outdated idea.
we had. I remember one of our ETLs. He was part of that last batch of people that got in before a degree was requirement, and that was it. And then so then nobody was able to move up anymore. You got the team lead, and that was it. So like, that's crap. Yeah, there's people that are just way more qualified. Yep. It's true.
I just got 2 fresh ones. Fresh out of fucking school ones, and yeah, I think they're hot. Buy the book as hell.
Oh man.
Bible thumping Christian would be like, yo, that's a little...
Yeah.
I had no idea it was that late.
Yeah, we had one that we actually, well, one of our team members, she kind of scared him away, because like she was like I forgot what it was that he did, and it just and she was already pissed off. Like, she was having a really bad day to begin with. Like, equipment wasn't working or anything like that, and he made some comment, and it just, that was it. She was done, and he was kind of telling us, and we're like, oh, thanks, man. We're like, oh, look, we're all going to go watch the game now, and she's going with us. That means now we have to deal with that. And she, you know, she told him off, and she was just so angry. And then, like, later that week, he signed up to go for support help at one of the other stores. And when it was time for him to come back, he requested to stay there longer. So then finally, when he came back, then he left. We were like, see what you did? You scared him away. And we had one, and oh my god, he came in. He was, let's see. He came in as a key carrier. I want to say he was for a logistics ETL. And he came in wearing this, like, flight jacket. You know, just this fancy, super fancy flight jacket. Dressed all nice and everything. And it was his first day, you know, running the truck. And I remember the bosses were there. And like, all right, you need to get in and unload the truck. What? Yeah, you know, that was it. That was his last day there. He never came back. Because he thought, like, oh, well, I got a degree. I should have... No, you get in the truck. So that was the best.
You get a lot of people like that. Especially when you run into, like, retail or fast food. You get those people who are qualified and trained to do way other things. But they're like, yeah, I'll try this out.
Yeah. So...
Quotes.
Right, exactly. Qualified.
Oh my god.
The hardest scare quotes I can do.
That's that's how we used to weed people out back when we were an overnight team. If it was your first time there, you went into the truck to unload, and that's how we weeded people out. Was by the end of the week, we knew who was gonna stay. Yeah, we're like, okay, you're good, you can stay. But the others, they'd already quit because they weren't gonna do that again. So that's the way to your first time. You go in the truck, and you unload.
I can load a truck I can load and unload a truck very well. I've done it a lot.
Yeah, we had to, man. See, there were trucks, there were every day. And we had risers. We had to put giant, back when we carried them, you know, giant CRT TVs and just giant things. Had to put those up on risers. We had the special Target brand, I think it was called like True something, I can't remember. And we had to put those stacked too high up on a riser. And those just were huge and they were heavy. And we had to do it with a ladder. Because we only had one wave, and the back room was using it to deal with the chemical pools that were, you know, up to the top.
Oh,
so we had to use a ladder to put those TVs up on a riser. Oh my god! And around that time also is when Xbox came out. So we had all those Xboxes stacked up, you know, like 4 inches from the ceiling. And so you would just see those Xboxes kind of leaning forward a little. So. One of the nice things, like, you always knew Christmas was over because suddenly there was a lot more light in the store. You know, because that was, all the risers came down and everything, and you could see things again.
Oh.
We've been there too long. We've been there too long. But, you know, we did get, before they started pushing safety, we used to get away with a lot of stuff. You know, we used to ride the pallet jacks and,
oh yeah,
you know, use the flats like,
fun stuff.
Yeah, use the flats like skateboards, or, you know, I mean, it was just good times. Those were good times.
I got really good at doing tricks on pallet jacks.
Nice. And then they pushed out the whole safety thing. Like, can't do this, can't do that. Like, what?
Some idiot tried to sue.
We had one lady, I remember she got hired, and we learned that she was like I guess she was like a professional get hurt, sue people kind of character.
Yeah.
And she apparently had fallen down, and when we saw her, like, she had this huge black eye and stuff. And she'd apparently fallen and hit the base, or slipped there. And then that night, after it happened, we were all outside, you know, we were kind of waiting to leave. And she came out after she did her, you know, she was on the phone with whoever and stuff. And she got in, and I don't even remember what it was. I just remember it was this really expensive sports car she jumped into and just sped off. And we were like, did you see that? Was that her car? Like, we were all like, when we got there to begin with, we were like, oh man, that's a really nice car. But then when we saw who it was, we were like, really, is that her? And then suddenly she just wasn't there anymore the next day. And then suddenly the lawyer showed up. You know, Target's lawyer showed up to start asking us questions. And that's when we learned that, yeah, that's what she does. Like, we're not the only store she's done this to. And we're like,
how did she get rehired?
I don't know.
I thought Target had a nice system in place.
This was years ago. This is, like, you know, 10 years ago or so. No, this is a long time back. We could get away with things.
Yeah.
Now, of course, yeah, different. But at that time, now they just hired. And it was just probably part of a mass hire. Just get here and you're hired.
Right.
But yeah, and that was it. And then she just never saw her again. That looks. Yep. It was a nice car. That's all I can remember. A really nice car. And she just sped off in that thing like nothing. You know, we're just like, well, there you go. We're into that there. I think we've only had, besides that one, the only other encounter that I had was with a guest that they'd apparently fallen down in in a spill of coffee. And so, you know, they were hurt and everything. And the thing is, though, good, like, clever of them, or maybe they're just super lucky. They happened to pick one of the aisles that there was no camera to look through. So there was no actual evidence in there. But when I got there, and I've seen what's going on because I was the first to show up. And you know, it did look really unusually suspicious on how she fell, how she was situated versus where the coffee was. I was like, you know, they didn't even look like there was no slip of the coffee. Like, it just looked like it was perfect. Yeah, no, there was no drag mark. Like, it was just such a perfect spill on her lane on it. Like, it's just, and then as we were cleaning up, we did find that cup of coffee like another aisle down. And eventually the lawyer showed up and they asked us questions and stuff. And then they came back. And then the lawyer, you know, the Target lawyer came back a second time. And then that's when we were learning that apparently this same thing, we're not the only store this has happened, you know, with this group. And we're like, there we go. Because I was telling her, I was like, I don't know, the way that looked, it was just weirdly suspicious. Like she just fell oddly. Like there should have been some kind of a splash or some kind of, you know, like that, a mark where she slipped. Nothing. It was just perfect. I was like, I don't know. It's just. But they picked, like I said, they picked that one aisle that there was no camera. I was like, you guys. Yeah, they're clever enough. They do. Other than that, I've never had to encounter that ever again. So far. If anything happens, it's like up in the front lanes, you know. We actually got rid of the carpet that was in the front lanes because of people tripping on it and falling over, and so the store was like, you know what, let's just get rid of it. I mean, it was a dumb place to have that carpet in, you know, to begin with. You know, and since it was always getting rolled up, you know, it wasn't keeping exactly a flat shape either, so it was kind of a dumb thing anyway. So finally they're like, you know what, maybe we should get rid of it. I was like, well, about time, guys.
You know, it took a bunch of incidents.
You know, like, it did. Like, guys, come on. I'm still waiting for someone to get hurt on playing with the skateboards. Like, we have that all the time. We're constantly catching people like, hey, don't do that. You know, you need to get off the skateboard and you get off it. But I'm waiting.
I need to try it out.
Yeah. I'm waiting for that one person to finally, slip and hit a shelf or something.
Right.
And I'd be like, see guys, we need to do something with these skateboards. Alright, gang. I'm gonna go do the same, buy food or something, and then charge up these moves, because I need to play Beat Saber and beat Heavy's score, because,
Yeah, I already played it for like an hour, and I already want to play it again.
yeah. Nice. I can't let him have these scores. I need to beat him. If I can, I need to beat him first, and then I need to train to beat Will. Yeah, that's...
Will's gonna be tough.
Will, man, it was like number, 11 or 10 on one of the songs. I was like, man, I'm here like, 12,000 or something, like, I'm way down here, and Will is like 11. Like, damn it. I'm gonna beat him someday, but I need to train and beat Heavy first, because, yeah, I even use modifiers, and I'm not even getting like half the score that Heavy has. So, need to train, and then beat challenge mode. That's what I'm trying to focus on, challenge mode, or the campaign, I said. Someday.
Yep, I think I'm about to go play it.
There we go.
I'm actually firing it up for the first time.
Oh, I have a blast.
Ah, damn, nice.
You'll feel so cool.
It is so much. See what your scores are.
Adios, dudes. It was fun talking to you. Peace. Alright, Jared, I'm gonna go. I think. What time is it? 1. Yeah, I think I'll go play some Beat Saber. So I'll be up in a second. It'll drop the stream.